Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a vowel heavy rack and I'm looking at ways of getting rid of an I and an E, as well as an A possibly. I think cheer. Yeah, cheer seems okay for 18. Not a good pickup, but I was vowel heavy to begin with, so Viv, okay. I have Icea, which would 7 points, not a bad rack leave. Um, 19, a better score, but a poor rack leave. Yeah, we'll go with the extra score. I draw another I and a duplicate N, so still struggling to balance up. Okay, opponent bingos. I have linen for 15. Yeah. Right, that's more like it. Details and airs. Details and L's. Anything with the I. 4-timer. Details airs 76. I just noticed the C, anything ending in IC. Deltaic, no. I draw the Q with a few duplicates. I have Quippo for 32, sorts the rack out and scores fairly well. Okay. The E, does that help? Opponent bingos, so I'm behind again. Not seeing a good play with the Q. Quippo for 32. Not a good pickup. Okay, opponent scores well there in the trip. Trip lane. Value. It's one way to get rid of a V and a U and an O. Jambo. Jamb is good, but not WA. Job, I guess. $37. Value. Okay. Jambo. Oh, OT no good. What a shame. Let's open it up. Jambo. Gorp. Okay. I don't have a great rack here. Can't see any great Z hotspots. SIGs. Use both S's. Seems like a shame, but it's such a hot spot. So. Okay. Roger. Just dump the K here. Seems irresponsible. to leave the rack so consonant heavy. I'd like to keep the H for next turn. Kudo. 18. Play the K here, that's 32. Yeah, I hope to draw a vowel. I don't. Well, quasi-vowel. Ditzy. That'll sort it out. Unless there's a way of coming through. Yeah, ditzy. Or maybe just dits. Yeah, ditzy. I've got a 38. Corby. That's a nice draw. Anhedral. No. Headline through the right floater. Not many floaters on this board. Maybe opponent will play down. Actually, I've got head here for 40. It's quite a nice score, actually. But is there a bingo I'm overlooking with the blank as an S? Because O takes an S. D hails, nope. Leadish, no. Head. I've got the head component of a word. I have hedge at a minimum. For 30. I don't have a head. Healed. Nope. Opponent's got a slight lead. X is still unplayed. I think that could be quite a hot spot at the top there. He's taken out my spot. That's irksome. Can't play down next to un. I think hedge is going to be my best bet, but I'll be trailing still. Hedge for 30. We're trailing by 1. Look how bingo-y these remaining tiles are. That E will probably help it. The H will probably help. I wonder if that 30-point play is the best, or if there'd be something safer. I just feel that a bingo could emerge with opponent using the H. I hit 28. Yeah, I'm going with this. I wonder if opponent would have had a bingo with the H. Ice boats from an I, but I can't see a H. If I have an ERLE play, Earl. What about Velga? Ledger. He'll probably take that spot because it's the highest scoring. I think tail might be good. And lever. $19. I don't think it'll be enough. I was hoping a play of actually Searle. Isn't Searle good? SERLE? That'll be 25. Or Ferrell. FERL. Searle 25. Not sure about Searle. Ledger 18. Sleer 20. Wow, opponent's, if he gets rid of the B and the C and scores well in the process, I'd say he's got the game in the bag. So that was 2 fewer points. What about elder? Oh, the D is a blank, so it doesn't really help. 16. If the D was an actual tile, that would have scored nicely. Sixteen's not bad, but I feel this is the play here. Cyril. Or Ferrell. Fairley. It rings a bell. The Z doesn't. Okay, opponent scores 19 and blocks. Scabe, I don't think is. Cyril isn't good anyway. So he's blocked that one. I get 6 on count back. Let's see what Ledger scores. 18. 358. Yeah, I think this wins it. Ledger. Ledger wins it. And that's the end of the game. 364 to me, 362 to opponent. Let's thank him for the game. That was a close one. Let's see what we missed. Back to the start. So high seemed fine. Chia was a higher score but a worse rack leave. Favor for 24, opponent's best. He went with Vif for 21. That seems fine as well. Haney. That was the play from the H. Okay, it gave back easy score from there. So, although it's a decent score, I think it gives back 30 to 40 quite easily for opponent. So, still not totally dissatisfied with air, but from a rack balance point of view, of course, Haney is best. And opponent's got a great rack here, whole host of bingos. He goes with Urinos and Cheers. Linen seems fine here for 15. O for 14. Yeah, seems acceptable. And then dilators through the R for 8. Oh, through this R and Vifs. Oh, I didn't even contemplate that lane. Dilators and red tails, of course. Anyway, that was a bit of a miss. 6 points fewer. And actually, it did leave an A just under this trip, so with a Z unplayed, so not the most fantastic placement. Anyway, back to opponent's rack. Emerita, that was a nice bingo. For 81, overlapping details. Now, Quippo through the eye was my play, and Quipu also available, but nothing through the E. And then opponent had wand, but he went with wooden. Vulgo was playable at B3. Getting the G tripled. That's not bad, actually. For 18, I went with Valu for 16. And opponent had a bit of a tricky rack here. GRR. Tutor through U and O. Tutor opening the trip. He went with Tron. Now Jambo for 34, but Jams, of course, ST. Oh, that is such a bad miss. And it takes out the hotspot, so absolutely no excuse for missing a play like Jams. A word I've played countless times. Anyway, that was a bad miss. And then Gorp for 20, but opponent had Twip for 33. Where was Twip? K11. Nice. Parallel to Oo. Very nice. 33 points. Went with Gorp, and then I had Sigs for 32, taking out the hottest lane on the board. And Zig for 33 at 10C. Yeah, that's quite nice, but yeah, there's merit in blocking this lane. I know I burned 2 S's to do so, but I was consonant heavy anyway, so tile turnover was a good thing. But as you can see with the equities, not much in it. Very close, less than a point. And a weight for 43, Raja for 45. That looks acceptable. And then I had Key for 32. That was my play, albeit a shocker of a rack leave, but the score was great. And woodening. You can extend wooden to woodening. Maybe to create the substance of wood or something. I don't know. Putting a wood coating over something, maybe. Woodening. Sounds a bit clumsy, but there you go. It is a word. And then beating was opponent's play. Ditzy for 38 seems fine. Getting rid of the heavyweights. And woodenist. That sounds also a bit clumsy, but there you go. That's another top play. X for 38 at 2M. Okay, EX, but opening a bingo lane. A lot of words ending in S and D. So that wouldn't have been the best strategic play, especially with the blank unseen. Opponent scored well with the X though. Actually 23 was mediocre, but there was some strategic merit because he probably saw a heavy H play underlapping details, which as it happens I did have a 40-point play head. And then I went with head. I did look at hedge, but I thought, wow, those look great. Great tiles. And I just thought CH synergy, and yeah, I just thought, nah, I'm not going to be providing a useful floater, so I kept it tight. And now opponent had no bingo, but he could have got 39 points for woodenist again. Most woodenist. And that probably would have won the game for him, I suspect, because... Actually, maybe not, because on count back, he would have had 16 points against him. So... But it might have been enough, actually. Because 16 puts me on 356, and then... Yeah, I only need 6 points more with the count back if he was to play woodenist. So I think I would have won that one, even if he played woodenist. Now, what were the highest ones? Leisure for 18, ledger. Okay, so it was the top score. Lenger is good as well. Yeah, Lenger. So that was the end of the game. Very close at the end. I don't think opponent had a winning play. I'm just looking at the other options here. S-stock for 26. S-stock. K11. No. Yes, S-stock. But the C there gives me back... Yeah, no, I would have had something there. So, yeah, I don't think that wins it for opponent, because there would have been count back. I just had too much flexibility at the end with those tiles. So that was that. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.